Life and career 1989 to 2003. Childhood and education. Swift's childhood home in Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. Taylor Alison Swift was born on December 13, 1989, in West Reading, Pennsylvania. 2. Swift's father, Scott Kingsley Swift, is a former stockbroker for Merrill Lynch. 3. And her mother, Andrea Gardner Swift, née Finlay, is a former homemaker who previously worked as a mutual fund marketing executive. 4. Her younger brother, Austin, is an actor. 5. She was named after singer-songwriter James Taylor. 6. And has Scottish, 7, and German heritage. Her maternal grandmother, Marjorie Finlay, was an opera singer. 8. Swift spent her early years on a Christmas tree farm that her father had purchased from one of his clients. 9. 10. Swift identifies as a Christian. 11. She attended preschool and kindergarten at the Alvernia Montessori School, run by the Bernadine Franciscan sisters. 12. Before transferring to the Wyndcroft School. 13. The family moved to a rented house in the suburban town of Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. 14. Where Swift attended Wyomissing Area Junior, Senior High School. 15. She spent her summers at the beach in Stone Harbor, New Jersey, and performed in a local coffee shop. 16. 17. At age 9, Swift became interested in musical theater and performed in 4 Berks Youth Theater Academy productions. 18. She also traveled regularly to New York City for vocal and acting lessons. 19. Swift later shifted her focus toward country music, inspired by Shania Twain's songs, which made her want to just run around the block 4 times and daydream about everything. 20. She spent weekends performing at local festivals and events. 21. 22. After watching a documentary about Faith Hill, Swift felt sure she needed to move to Nashville, Tennessee, to pursue a career in music. 23. She traveled with her mother at age 11 to visit Nashville record labels and submitted demo tapes of Dolly Parton and the Chicks karaoke covers. 24. She was rejected, however, because everyone in that town wanted to do what I wanted to do. So, I kept thinking to myself, I need to figure out a way to be different. 25. When Swift was around 12 years old, computer repairman and local musician Ronnie Creamer taught her to play guitar. Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer was the first song Swift learned to play on the guitar. Creamer helped with her first efforts as a songwriter, leading her to write Lucky You. 26. 27. In 2003, Swift and her parents started working with New York-based talent manager Dan Dimtro. With his help, Swift modeled for Abercrombie & Fitch as part of their Rising Stars campaign, had an original song included on a Maybelline compilation CD, and attended meetings with major record labels. 28. After performing original songs at an RCA Records showcase, Swift, then 13 years old, was given an artist development deal and began making frequent trips to Nashville with her mother. 29. 30. 31. To help Swift enter into the country music scene, her father transferred to Merrill Lynch's Nashville office when she was 14 years old, and the family relocated to Hendersonville, Tennessee. 9. 32. Swift initially attended Hendersonville High School. 33. Before transferring to the Aaron Academy after 2 years, which better suited her touring schedule through homeschooling. She graduated 1 year early. 34. (2004 to 2008) Career beginnings and first album in Nashville. Swift worked with experienced music songwriters such as Troy Verges, Brett Beavers, Brett James, Mac McAnally, and the Warren Brothers. 35, 36, and formed a lasting working relationship with Liz Rose. 37. They began meeting for 2-hour writing sessions every Tuesday afternoon after school. 38. Rose thought the Sessions were some of the easiest I've ever done. Basically, I was just her editor. She'd write about what happened in school that day. She had such a clear vision of what she was trying to say. And she'd come in with the most incredible hooks. Swift became the youngest artist signed by the Sony ATV Tree Publishing House, 39, but left the Sony-owned RCA Records at the age of 14 due to the label's lack of care in them cutting other people's stuff. She was also concerned that development deals may shelve artists, 31, 22, and recalled, "I genuinely felt that I was running out of time. I wanted to capture these years of my life on an album while they still represented what I was going through." 40. Taylor Swift singing on a microphone and playing a guitar. Swift opening for Brad Paisley in 2007. To promote her first album, she opened tours for other country musicians in 2007 and 2008. 41. At an industry showcase at Nashville's Bluebird Cafe in 2005. Swift caught the attention of Scott Borchetta, a DreamWorks Records executive who was preparing to form an independent record label, Big Machine Records. She had first met Borchetta in 2004. 42. She was one of Big Machine's first signings, 31, and her father purchased a 3% stake in the company for an estimated $120,000. 43. 44. She began working on her eponymous debut album with producer Nathan Chapman, with whom she felt she had the right chemistry. 22. Swift wrote 3 of the album's songs alone, and co-wrote the remaining 8 with Rose, Robert Ellis Oral, Brian Maher, and Angelo Petraglia. 45. Taylor Swift was released on October 24, 2006. 46. Country Weekly critic Chris Neal deemed Swift better than previous aspiring teenage country singers because of her honesty, intelligence and idealism. 47. The album peaked at number 5 on the U.S. Billboard 200, where it spent 157 weeks, the longest stay on the chart by any release in the U.S. in the 2000s decade. 48. It made Swift the first female country music artist to write or co-write every track on a U.S. Platinum-certified album. 49. Big Machine Records was still in its infancy during the June 2006 release of the lead single, Tim McGraw, which Swift and her mother helped promote by sending copies of the CD single to country radio stations. 50. As there was not enough furniture at the label yet, they would sit on the floor to do so. 50. She spent much of 2006 promoting Taylor Swift with a radio tour, television appearances. She opened for Rascal Flatts on select dates during their 2006 tour. 51. As a replacement for Eric Church. 52. Borchetta said that although record industry peers initially disapproved of his signing a 15-year-old singer-songwriter, Swift tapped into a previously unknown market, teenage girls who listen to country music. 59. Following Tim McGraw, 4 more singles were released throughout 2007 and 2008. Teardrops on My Guitar, Our Song, Picture to Burn, and Should Have Said No all appeared on Billboard's Hot Country Songs, with Our Song and Should Have Said No reaching number 1. With Our Song, Swift became the youngest person to single-handedly write and sing a number 1 song on the chart. 53. Teardrops on My Guitar reached number 13 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. 54. Swift also released 2 EPs. The Taylor Swift Holiday Collection in October 2007 and Beautiful Eyes in July 2008. 55. 56. She promoted her debut album extensively as the opening act for other country musicians' tours throughout 2006-2007, including George Strait, 57, Brad Paisley, 58, and Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. 59. Swift won multiple accolades for Taylor Swift. She was one of the recipients of the Nashville Songwriters Association's Songwriter Artist of the Year in 2007. becoming the youngest person to be honored with the title. 60. She also won the Country Music Association's Horizon Award for Best New Artist. 61. The Academy of Country Music Awards Top New Female Vocalist. 62. And the American Music Awards Favorite Country Female Artist honor. 63. She was also nominated for Best New Artist at the 50th Annual Grammy Awards. 64. In 2008. She opened for the Rascal Flatts again. 65. And dated singer Joe Jonas for 3 months. 66. 67.